Oh. Ow. Okay. I told you that I don't like throwing things away. Mainly because stuff's expensive. This is one of those expensive things. Part of it is because I like to keep things if there's potential to save it, or if it's challenging, I guess, to see if I can even do it. You know, I thrive on that kind of thing. I don't know what that says about me. This is the front valence to the Trans Am. Age gets the plastic, and of course it makes it becomes even more brittle like grandma. They just weren't made good from the factory. They have some flex, but honestly, they tend to crack. And this one had, like, cracks everywhere. There are more cracks here than at a plumber's convention. And let me show you. There was a big crack here that I've already kind of fixed. It was between this piece right here and this piece right here. This is actually like a bumper cover. Obviously, it's broken here and cracked. Had a big old split right down here that I'll show the backside in a second. Broken here, of course. This whole section was missing. Lots of small little cracks and little things here. And then another one over here. Let me flip it around so you can see the backside. Right here, I've re-fiberglassed this, so this is one of the pieces that you missed, but there are some tabs and some other things around in this area that are completely broken. This section's still missing, and right here, you can see it still needs work here. Two of the mounting tabs right here, which were made out of plastic, were missing completely. They look a lot like these and this right here. And how I remade those was I simply bent up some expanded metal, essentially, and bent it into the shape and then fiberglassed over it. And it's obviously still not finished, but that gives me the shape that I need that I can work from to hopefully make this all stronger than it even was from the factory. This was broken too. Down here is really still broken, but we're getting there. So, let me bring you into our current project. This is an important component for these cars. It gives the front end for the 74, 75 look that is kind of expected of these years. Now, so, when you're working on something that don't set it up in a precarious way that the wind or birds or windy birds might come in and knock it over and then re-break what you did. So, not that that happened, just in case. Yeah, that happened. Yeah. I had to put it back in shape with some heat, persuasion, and a lot of convincing, but I think I got the shape generally correct. Now I'm left to repair just these two, and then from there, it's all about, you know, making it look good. Come out. So there are a few ways that you could probably go about doing this, and believe me when I say that I've tried all of them, every single one, to stick the plastic back together just long enough at least so I can fiberglass over it and really give it the structural strength that it needs. What I've resorted to is a quick and easy way of repairing some plastics, and that is plastic welding. Plug in a junk soldering iron that you can pick up for a couple bucks at any big exclusive store of some kind. So how you know these are ready, because there's no like temperature indication or light or whatever, is you plug it in and wait a couple seconds and stick it on your tongue. If you yell, it's ready. Okay, don't do that. You simply want to heat both the broken pieces or multiple pieces at the same time to commingle the plastic from either side so it sticks together once it is, you know, hardened. All I'm looking to do is make sure I just have a decent bond that is good enough that I can move the piece around. It smells great. No! Stop! Where are you going? Definitely have a fan going or something so, you know, you don't end up dead. Dead's not good. I'm not looking to make it perfect. I'm just looking to get the pieces to stick together just enough. Perfect. Now we'll go to the other side here. There we go. To add some strength to this side, I actually embedded with the soldering iron some of the expanded metal that came with a bumper repair kit. I need some more strength in this area, so hopefully that gives me exactly what I need. The reason that I'm going through all this trouble rather than buying a new valence is Well, they're about $600 to $700 for this piece. And that seems to be a running theme with anything Pontiac related. So to get anything, front fenders, to get rear tail light panel, to get the valence, to get front bumper, to get hood, it seems to be in the $500 to $700 range for quite literally every panel you can think of. That's a lot of money. I did it! Alright, it's stuck. We're done for now. So, I'm going to give it time to think of better life choices, and then I'm going to come back after, I don't know, and we'll start on some fiberglass. So, yeah. Make sure you unplug this, by the way, or come back to a big barbecue. Alright. One tip that is going to save you about 5 million different headaches while it's still just a little bit tacky. Use like an old paint scraper. Scrape off any of your spreaders, and of course, your mixing surface. Good as used. Considering it's like 797 degrees outside, I'm not going to wait too long before I start shaping this up a little better. As you can see, I kind of messed it on, but, where are my things? Hello? There you are. Right where I put it. So I'm going to take a cheese grater, or a Stanley Sureform, gently just go over the surface to shape it so I don't have to battle this thing. Ooh, it's kind of warm. Later on, once it's officially set up, I'm not going to go too far, but knock down all the nasties, stalactites and stalagmites. Yeah, we got some work to do. We'll get you back into ship shape. What does that even mean? What does ship shape mean? Ship? The shape of a ship? What ship? I still have to build up this section right here that was completely missing. This whole, that big of a section was completely gone, and you can see that I've made a mess. Give me time, and it'll look good. It'll. Yeah. Well, we're gonna let that, cure for a bit, and once it's done doing its thing, we'll come back. We're gonna have to go on the back side of this too, and really make sure it's good. Gooder. Make sure it's gooder. It shouldn't take too long for this to cure up. Still got some stuff to do right here, and in this general area. Yeah, there's still a lot to do. Just gently flip it over. Gentle. Okay. It's all one-ish piece. Yep. Come close. Oh my. Hang on, lazy. This area is going to be pretty visible even when it's on the car, so got some work to do here, obviously right here, and this whole, here, pretty, basically the entire thing. Yeah. Yep. Alright. If you're wondering what I'm actually using here, it's fiberglass resin jelly. This has very fine fine strands of fiberglass mixed in with some resin. And where's my stick? I gave you the stick, and you have one job. All right, 1 second. Always keep a couple craft sticks handy. What was I saying? Very fine fiberglass mixed into the resin here, and I like it better than the long strands for stuff, well, especially this small. What did I do with my... Alright, there it is. It was hiding. Try not to whip any air bubbles into it. Alright, I don't want to mix up too much because it is pretty hot out today. So, we're going to go ahead and just do that. So let's put some right here and build up this section. This is part of what was cracked all the way from basically right here through here. You can see it's still flexing around on me a little bit, so I'm not going to force it. I'm going to rely on some, I don't know, sculpting to get the shape that it needs to be, or something, you know, reminiscent of days gone. So I'm not being shy with how much I'm putting on here, but I do want to at least make my life a little easier and get rid of some of the nasties as I go. Now, when we get to the finishing stage, we're not going to use just regular old Bondo. You don't want to throw something like that on top. We have something special that... We have something special that is going to kind of flex along with the rest of this piece, while the fiberglass actually gives it some more rigidity and structure that it obviously desperately needs in life. Clearly, it's a nice mess, but it's a mess that we can work with. Alright, now we need to do something about this area here. Let's get a rough shape of this in. So I'm gonna work kinda fast because, like I said, it is warm. Just to get it on here. Once I get it on there, worst case scenario, I can always get it back out and off, but do some sculpting. Tell me that doesn't look good. Alright, so now let's actually shape this up just a bit before we lose the work ability. So I'm using the structure underneath that I built out of that real thin expanded metal to guide me, and yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and just do some general shaping here. It's kind of like icing a cake. Don't lick it. This doesn't have to look that good. I would like it to look, you know, sorta decent, but what I'm really after is the height. The height needs to be good, and obviously it needs to be strong. We'll double check the height, and we'll make sure it's good, but it can look okay, and we'll be fine with that, right? Look, that's good. The screw's never coming out now. Alright. This is one of those function over form moments, I think. Or I'll just keep telling myself that. So now that it's starting to kick, or starting to harden up a bit, we can do more of the hard surface type sculpting, where we're flattening things out a little bit, making some sharper corners and edges, and we couldn't do before when it was just too slippy. My sweat is sweating. That's gross. So we're gonna give it about a day or so to toughen up, to cure. You know, after it cures, we're gonna come back and, you know, shape it up, make it look better. And then, once we are certain that it's structurally sound, we'll move on to the finishing. Yeah. We got some touch-ups to do, but, you know, we're getting there. I'll see you tomorrow.